Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rewriting Wrestling History, your place where we take famous wrestling events and matches and we rewrite them through video game engines. Anthony here alongside Larry. Larry, we got a good one this week, or this month, I should say. This is our monthly pay-per-view.
Yes, absolutely. I can't wait for this one. This is a big one because we're giving away a house tonight. Yes, one of you listening at home can win Anthony's house.
So, no. Maybe we'll give away maybe like a Lego house.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
okay. Is Stephanie Wyatt not at your place?
No. Well, you know what? I could probably get her for like $20. But we are here doing the inaugural World Wrestling Federation In Your House, the monthly pay-per-view that they introduced back in May of 1995. This was their answer to turning into a 12-month pay-per-view spectacular. And the In Your Houses, when they first started out, were only 2 hours before switching over to the 3-hour mark in 1997, I believe.
Yeah, In Your House Ground Zero, September of 97 was the first 3-hour In Your House.
Yeah.
I loved the In Your House concept when it first debuted. I thought it was great. You know, all right, fine. Now we're going to monthly pay-per-views, so it's going to be a little more, pricey. But to be fair, only did 2 hours, and the price, I think they were $20.
They were only $20. Yeah. They actually cut $10 off of the standard price.
So it was worth it, and it was good to, we keep the storylines going. All right, fine. You want to branch out into monthly shows, that's fine. But at least they did it properly. You know what I mean? They didn't jump into like 3.5 hour pay-per-views at full price. Because back then, having to pay $50 each month would have been ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this was a good answer, and this was a good show. We're starting off with what I thought was a great match. One of the better matches of like that first year of In Your Houses.
Actually, arguably the best match on the card.
I would say that, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
As far as in ring, Bret Hart, Hakushi. Hakushi was just an epic wrestler. Saw him later on in ECW as well. Did a lot, of course, over in Japan. But I remember when Hakushi came over here, and kind of to see his presence, the tattoos, if you will, all up and down his body, very Matrix-like, if you will. He was a sight to see, and it was a wild sight and something we weren't used to in '97. So to see that, and
95.
95, excuse me, I'm sorry, 95. And then what we will see and see how rewriting goes against the technicality, the ring savoir, which I'm mispronouncing, of Bret Hart, was a dynamic that really played out well.
No, it definitely did. They had style, Bret, obviously the more technical one, and Hakushi had a bit more of a high-flying nature to him. But they worked so well in the ring together, and it was just an excellent match. And the sad thing about Hakushi, to go into him a little bit, is I'm not exactly sure when Vince lost faith in him during his run in the WWF, but to see him go from one of the most memorable matches in '95, in my opinion. If you go back and you watch this match, Bret Hart and Hakushi, it was outstanding. And then to see him kind of fall down the card to teaming up with Barry Horowitz by the end of the year was just like mind-boggling to me, because I remember watching this. I said, "What is going on here? This guy is amazing. Why is he so low on the card now?" Especially after this match with Bret Hart, it really did dumbfound me.
It's one of those things that
here
comes Bret the Hitman Hart.
The first of two matches he had.
He beat me to it. So
the first of two matches on the card, yes.
And it's scheduled, not like if he won this, he advanced. He
Correct.
was having the two matches later on. We'll see him go one-on-one with Jerry Lawler. We'll talk about that during that match, but his feud with Lawler is absolutely epic and memorable for good and, I guess, bad reasons, but all good stuff. This night also was Mother's Day, so Bret dedicating the match to his mother, Helen Hart.
Yep, and as you said earlier when we were joking, they actually did give away a house as a prize on the show.
They sure did. They absolutely did.
In front of the setup, the stage setup, the entrance setup, there was a big bin full of entries for people who mailed in their entry, because back then you had to mail them in.
Yeah, what do you call those things? Not index cards.
Postcard.
Postcard. Thank you. Wow.
Yeah, you had to mail in a postcard with your information, and they randomly chose, they chose a postcard out of the batch, and they called the person live on the show to tell them they had won a house.
Yeah, so if your postcard was not one of on the top layer of cards, there wasn't a chance you were winning. So
see, now if I were that, I would have had Todd Pettengill jump in there and dig.
Seriously, right? Really
that would
down
have been
there.
fun.
So, and I remember they called a couple people. They finally got through. Just to mention it real fast, the winner of the house was an 11-year-old out of Henderson, Nevada, who was presented the house. His parents were taking over.
And it was a house in Florida, wasn't it?
It was Orlando, Florida.
Yep.
The house would later be sold 6 months later by this family for $175,000.
Well, because they weren't up and moving to Florida.
Yeah, going from Nevada to Florida, why not?
Yeah.
Could use it as a summer home. Wait,
Meanwhile,
where is Bret going?
Yeah, I was going to say, Bret is completely in control of this match right now.
Holy cow, Bret is on the top. Big elbow. Big forearm, if you will, right down on Hakushi.
Yes.
Forearm. Let's see. I'm just talking about the matches and everything, but the show was kind of hosted, if you will, by, as we mentioned, Todd Pettengill and Stephanie Wyatt. Now, Stephanie Wyatt was brought in kind of a co-host to play against Todd Pettengill, if you will. I'm trying to figure out where she is now.
I don't think we want to know.
She is nowhere. She was doing some sort of web series in 2009.
She's on Hollywood Boulevard somewhere.
She was on some sort of sketch comedy, and she is in the 32X version of Raw.
She's in the 32X version of Raw.
Yes,
Why?
she is.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
But there's.
We got. Oh, nice sequence there.
Hakushi now laying into Bret, and remember, Bret's got to take his time in this one. Big. That's how he moves all
very
along
nice.
Very,
very nice.
Bret needs to conserve some energy because he still has, no matter win, lose, or draw. He's got Jerry Lawler later.
I know, and you remember how this match came about?
The Lawler match or the Hakushi match?
No, the Hakushi match.
I don't remember exactly.
So what happened was Bret Hart won a WWF magazine award. It was called the Award of the People, and they awarded it to him
because they didn't want to recognize PWI.
Right. So Bret Hart won that, and on an episode of Raw, they recognized it, and Jerry Lawler came out and suggested that they didn't include Japanese votes because Hart was a racist.
Oh, yes. Okay. Because Lawler would lace into Bret, would lace into his parents. I mean, just anything and everything. That didn't make sense as well.
Yes, and then eventually what happened was, since Hart was a racist against Japanese people, Hakushi eventually attacked him. And that's how we got this match. And then Lawler talked Bret, I think basically Lawler talked Bret into having a second match on the card against him because Lawler was insulting Bret Hart's mother.
Of course. And this being on Mother's Day was perfect. As Hakushi misses the big splash off the top. Bret starting to make his way back.
I thought we were rewriting that one for sure.
Possibly, but Bret is coming back on this one.
So, and that's how Bret agreed. That's why Bret agreed to fight two matches on this In Your House card.
Awesome. I love it. Well, like I said, this one, I almost feel like maybe, no offense to Lawler, this is taking nothing. Jerry Lawler is an absolute epic wrestler. He's a Hall of Famer, had some tremendous matches in Memphis, infamously him and Funk in the empty arena match. But at this point, wow, Bret apparently had his vision distorted because he was nowhere near Hakushi on that one. Hakushi's going to teach him how to do it. Look at that, spinning over the top. Holy cow.
This match is like just as good as
actually getting
live one.
Very good. No, you're right.
Very back and forth.
Lawler was more comedic. He was there for the ha-ha, for the comedy, which is fine.
Yes, he does.
We need that in there, but we have a cover right now, and Bret is just in pain on his face, but he kicks out at one. So I feel like maybe it was almost like, not saying Bret wanted it, but they wanted Bret to have a match, which he had against Hakushi. Then he can do the whatever type of match that Lawler would offer. And
nice reversal there, by the way.
Big reversal.
Yeah, the big reversal that then led into a neck breaker.
So, but yeah, Bret Hart back in the 90s. I was a big fan of his. Well, for most of the 90s. And he kind of fell off for me, but that's just me.
Well,
But working over Hakushi's arm right now.
It's not his fault he got kicked in the head.
Well, he'll remind you of it every day of the week.
Every day.
So big moonsault on
another
the inside.
One.
That was off the top. Brett is big trouble. Because again, no matter what, he's moving on. Jerry Lawler. Lawler's just watching in the back at this point. Literally.
Yeah, basically.
We've seen him a few times watching the monitor.
That's right. He did during the actual match.
Whoa. Double leg. Going into the sharpshooter. He might be ending it quickly. Is he too close to the ropes?
Too close to the ropes.
Hakushi breaking it.
That was a nice reversal, though.
No, very nice.
And here's Bret going to the top.
Hakushi laid out. Bret, big elbow.
Nice elbow drop. Oh, we might be done here.
Cover. 1. We got a 2. And we got 3.
Wow. All right. Bret skates by.
He is. But is he injured? Because during the actual show, his leg, someone kicked his leg out of his leg.
Someone kicked his leg out of his leg. Yes. He was limping into his match with Lawler, although here he looks like he's perfectly fine.
He looks good. He looks good now, but he might trip on the way out of the ring. We'll see.
He's just going to trip over the top rope right here. Oops.
He's just tumbles over like Matt Hardy. All right, well, we're going to move on to the next match.
We're moving on to a handicap match.
Always love a good handicap match.
Yeah, they don't happen that often anymore.
Not like this. Not a 1-on-2. We'll see 2-on-3 and stuff like that. But a 1-on-2, and this was a good lead-in to this match with the story with Razor Ramon going up against Jeff Jarrett, the reigning Intercontinental Champion at this time.
Yeah, and it went all the way back to the Royal Rumble, Rumble 95, when Jeff Jarrett beat Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
If you remember the way that match wound up going, Jeff Jarrett had won the match by countout because Razor had injured his leg. The Roadie had chop blocked his leg, remember?
Oh, yeah.
And Jarrett talked Razor into coming back and restarting the match, basically just insulting him on his manhood.
Mm-hmm.
And
his
Razor,
machismo.
Razor fell for it and then eventually succumbed to Jeff Jarrett. If I remember correctly, he actually won with a small package.
He might have. Small package was big back then.
Yeah, they definitely worked a lot. But Razor working, trying to finish that match on an injured leg did not work out. So his machismo got the better of him that night. And their rivalry continued all the way through,
WrestleMania.
It went through WrestleMania, and it went through In Your House. I think this is around the time when it wrapped up because Jarrett would eventually move on to Shawn Michaels.
Yes, but it was, again, like you said, kind of wrapping this one up. The Roadie, his kind of in-ring debut in the WWE. Jesse James, of course, coming from the Armstrong family. So,
yes.
Again, putting yourself in the shoes, at least for me, a 15-year-old, again, not knowing the history, seeing like, what's the Roadie going to offer? But the Roadie ended up, his career, Road Dogg, goes without saying.
Hall of Fame career.
Hall of Fame career, his Hall of Fame with DX. Jeff Jarrett in the Hall of Fame himself. Of course, Jeff Jarrett going on to WCW fame, plus the epic incident at Bash at the Beach between him and Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
And, of course, then Jarrett starting TNA. Total
TNA
South African Wrestling. Which, on a side note, if you want to catch a good 3-part episode, go check out the TNA 3-parter on Vice about him, his story with TNA. Holy cow. It's 3 episodes long, but it is worth every episode. So
definitely want to check that out. No question about that.
But right now, going in, so with these handicap matches, and they always did kind of skew the handicap match. Like, all right, Razor's on his own, obviously no one to tag. So
correct.
It's Jarrett, for the most part, one-on-one Jarrett, but usually they'll always, like, the two-man team will have someone who's a weak link, a manager, kind of like in this case, like someone who's not going to give the other guy a run for his money.
Yes.
But with the Roadie, he did give him a bit of a run for his money. So it kind of worked out, a little even tougher for Razor at this point.
It definitely did. And if you remember correctly, this was originally scheduled to be a tag team match because the 1-2-3 Kid was feuding with the Roadie at the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The only but what happened was 1-2-3 Kid actually suffered a legitimate neck injury and he was unable to wrestle, so this switched to a handicap match.
Which again, I liked it. It was different. So it was pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure, and at the end of this match, we actually do get a debut of sorts with Savio Vega. Yeah. Remember,
this when Savio Vega
this is when
showed up?
Yep, this is when he debuted, if you will. Kind of an unknown person coming from backstage. Like, what is he doing back there to begin with then? And then he did an interview later in the show with Razor Ramon introducing him as Savio Vega.
That's right, in the WWF hotline room.
Yeah, which I never was allowed to call. So
you know what? Your parents made the right call there.
Big back body drop there.
That's right. We got Savio Vega. That's right. I forgot about Savio Vega's
that's
debut.
easy.
And then obviously we went to King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Where Savio had his moment for the most part. And then the 1, 2, 3 Kid, I was going to say earlier, when he came back from injury, he finally got his match against the Roadie, and it was at the second innings.
Yes. I believe so. I don't remember the exact, but that sounds about right.
Yeah.
And there probably wasn't much later on.
Which was also the same. Oh, we got a pin. Hold on.
Yeah, we do.
Which was also the same night that Jeff Jarrett debuted his song, With My Baby Tonight.
With My Baby Tonight.
Yes.
Oh, I'd sing it, but we don't want to get blocked on YouTube.
No, we're not going to that.
Did you get the single? I remember buying the single.
What do you mean we don't want to get blocked on YouTube? I use the entrance music.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
In these matches.
You're right. I think I had the single. I'm pretty sure they put a single out.
No, did you?
It was either a single or it was on like that first album of theirs.
I think it was on WWF the album.
Maybe it was. Oh, so good. Then later finding out that it wasn't Jarrett who was singing. He was lip syncing the whole time. Why?
He was lip syncing the whole time because the Roadie was the actual singer of the song.
Oh my God, that was epic. Jarrett, wow, big fist drop off the top from the outside to the outside, I should say, on Razor Ramon. We may get a count out here on this one, and
that's
Jarrett would be
none
more pleased.
Oh, look at Jarrett just mocking Razor.
Look at that, just the disrespect of Jeff Jarrett as Razor Ramon getting to his feet, slowly making his way back to the ring. And finally in there. Remember, Razor has no one to tag out. Like at this point, Jarrett can tag out, heal up. You know what I mean? Kind of get his wits about him. But,
although he's got to get to his corner.
He does. And I'm not sure Road Dogg's going to be able to do much at this point anyway. Big spinning fist.
No, definitely not.
Ramon. And now just choking him out. Ref's letting him do it too. He's like, yeah, whatever, do what you want.
I will say though, for Double J, I was a big fan of him during this era. I actually thought he was another really solid workhorse in the ring. I thought he was always a good wrestler. The gimmick was just funny.
Oh, I love the gimmick. Yeah. He was using the WWE. He was using the WWE to get to Nashville, like to get to the Grand Ole Opry, to get to his singing career.
Right, which made no sense. Because if you've made it as a professional wrestler, like that was always my thought too. It's like, this is a weird story where it's like, I'm gonna reach the heights of professional wrestling just so I can become a singer. I'm like, I think you can just sing whenever you want at that point.
I mean, let's face facts. People have used wrestling to be plumbers, to be hockey players.
Yes, and there is the benefit of having a tag team partner.
Very much so, and that's why when we see pins on Razor, at least when we're looking at the AI playing it, it's more beneficial because we don't, as we've done with Survivor Series, so many runs.
Oh, nice fall away slam.
Yes, SOS.
Now we got a cover.
Oh, Roadie's just staring down at him. Yeah.
What is he doing here?
You know what? That was it. That was all that was needed.
Wow.
Road Dogg, the Roadie, clearly needing to be somewhere.
Yeah, Roadie did not want any part of that. And I believe Razor did win this match originally.
He did.
I believe he pinned the Roadie.
We are, but we are now 2-0 as far as preserving wrestling history. We will not see Savio Vega at this point, but that's okay.
Nope, but here comes a humdinger of a match next.
We're seeing one better. Two of the best gimmicks to some people. Atom Bomb, Mabel, Men on a Mission, a heel Mabel at this point.
Yes, a heel Mabel. This is when Vince decided that there was no stock in Mo whatsoever. the money was all there with Mabel.
Mo, what about poor Oscar?
Oh no, they killed Oscar at this point.
They guys are gone at this point.
Yeah. Also, this Mabel that I found, I tried finding a really good Mabel. This is Slim Fast Mabel, I think.
He does look a little trimmed, if you will.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a little
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's very much.
Yeah. So, but be that as it may. So we got Mabel here going up against Adam Bomb, and this was interesting for a pay-per-view match too, because it was a King of the Ring qualifying match. So the winner of this match got into the quarterfinals of the King of the Ring tournament for the next month.
Yep. Yeah, they really spread out the King of the Ring matches like that. Actually,
they did.
So truth be told, let's back up here just for, I'll kind of expand a little bit more. So we caught the 2 hours on pay-per-view. But for the audience who was live in Syracuse, it was bookend. The show was bookended with other matches. It was 2 matches before it went live on pay-per-view.
Correct.
And then 3 matches, actually, after they went off the air.
Yep.
So just to go through real quick, before the match, not even dark match, just before them, I don't consider dark matches.
They're considered dark matches because
yeah.
they weren't on the pay-per-view.
Exactly, yeah. Hunter Hearst Helmsley defeated Phil Apollo. Trying to remember who Phil Apollo was.
No idea.
And Jean-Pierre Lafitte took out Bob Holly. There was, after the pay-per-view, as we get Adam Bomb coming out from 3 Mile Island, of course.
Yep.
We had another King of the Ring, qualifying
King
match.
of the Ring.
Yes, that too. Owen Hart and the British Bulldog had a King of the Ring qualifying match. That went to a 15-minute time limit draw. So no one advanced.
So I find that interesting that they went to a time limit draw, because normally when you get a time limit draw in a tournament, there's a bye, but there was no bye in the quarterfinals.
It was just
so they just had another qualifying match.
Yeah, it was just qualifiers. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Bam Bam Bigelow defeated Tatanka at the end of the match, and then the final match of the night, the main event, if you will, Undertaker going over on Kama.
Yep, and at that time, Undertaker was feuding with the $1 Million Corporation because Kama had taken his urn and he had melted it down and turned it into a chain.
He did. Right after Undertaker got it back, too, from IRS.
Yes, that is correct.
Monday, if you will. All right, we're going to get into this epic match. Look at this. Adam Bomb just exploding, unintended,
now
out of the corner there.
Yeah, and I was going to say, during this era for WWE, also Adam Bomb was a favorite of mine, because not necessarily the gimmick itself, but just the fact of how he moved in the ring. He was really, really mobile, big man. Came up with some big moves like this one here that you just saw him do. He would do that all the time, actually.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, was always a fan of, actually even Mabel too. Mabel moved really well in the ring too.
He did. It was obviously two different styles, but you're right. For a big man, for a very big man, Mabel moved pretty easily for a man his size. But Adam Bomb was jumping around the ring as we see him getting ready to jump off the top. Nope, deciding to pose a little bit. No, wait, ooh. He wants Mabel to get back on his feet.
He's calling him up. He said, get up so I can hit you.
Exactly. Boom, big shoulder block off the top. And then this was face Adam Bomb, which I loved because when he'd enter the ring, they had the little mushroom cloud pop up in the middle of the ring.
Yes, I love that. Now, little did we know at this time that Mabel was going to be the one to go on and win King of the Ring.
So King of the Ring,
95 was a mess.
It was a mess, but it had some big names.
Yes.
Just to go through. Now, also, I believe this was the first King of the Ring where only...
Wait. Mo threw a chair in the ring.
He did. Well, maybe he's working for Adam Bomb at this point.
That jerk. Oh, wow. Did you see that?
Oh, you know what? I missed it because I was looking something up.
The referee threw the chair out of the ring to get it out, and he hit Mo on the head.
Oh, that's
and Mo
phenomenal.
Reacted.
That's what Mo, and you know what? Mo has damage done to him now.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
That was awesome.
That is great. How is Adam Bomb going to get Mabel back in the ring?
No. That's not a damage meter. That's like when a manager interferes, they have it's basically like a timeout before they.
I gotcha. Who knew Mabel would go on to win King of the Ring?
Nobody.
But that year, 1995 King of the Ring had in the quarterfinals, so for the pay-per-view.
Yep.
Mabel, Undertaker, Kama, Shawn Michaels was in there.
Yeah.
Bob Holly, the Roadie, Yokozuna, big closeout, and Yoko and Savio Vega with Mabel and Savio going to the finals at that point.
And don't forget also, Savio during the free-for-all before the pay-per-view had to qualify for the King of the Ring.
Yes, he did. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was probably because of Owen and Bulldog.
Yeah, so out of all of those names on that list, and you're naming a good four pretty top card names. Mabel winds up winning it. It was definitely a surprise.
No, big surprise. Somehow Mabel not being able to hold Adam Bomb. Savio Vega was actually
Mo's doing his job.
getting a big scratching, but Mabel just ain't getting up. He's comfortable.
No,
Savio did his qualify because Razor Ramon originally qualified, but then was injured.
Yes.
So he was actually being replaced. So it wasn't because of that other match, but still.
Correct.
Big back body drop by Mabel, who would go on to have an epic, I don't care what you think of it, an epic run as King. He got in the main event of SummerSlam that year. But meanwhile, he's about to kill Adam
some
Bomb
air.
with a huge splash. This has to be it. No, only a 1 count.
No,
Wow.
Adam Bomb's showing some resolve.
That nuclear fallout.
Mabel's
really
like, never mind.
Nope. You can do
You
one.
can
Can you
another.
do 2? I think even Adam Bomb's like, you know what? No, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Please do one more. Please do one more. Oh,
I wanted to see it. I wanted to see that in triplicate.
that would have been great if that was the 3rd one. But
Oh,
for a King
man.
of the Ring qualifying match, this is actually pretty back and forth.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job here.
Nash ripped to the near side.
Here comes Mo. Oh, of course.
Oh, and
Mo's
in
taking the turnbuckle off.
typical rewriting wrestling history fashion, the referee taking the manager taking the turnbuckle off.
That is the most frequent move in
It
rewriting
really
wrestling
is.
history. And there's another splash.
Big splash by Adam Bomb, but the referee is distracted
Oh,
doing
man,
maintenance on the ring.
This could have been rewritten right there.
Oh, look at that. Adam Bomb could have went on to be King of the Ring. Can you imagine what that would have been like?
No,
It would have been as good as Billy Gunn.
it would have been a total fallout.
Look at the power of Adam Bomb.
Well, to be honest with you, when everybody makes fun of Billy Gunn winning King of the Ring, like they used to always make fun, oh, we hope you don't Billy Gunn this King of the Ring.
Yeah.
I think people fail to go back and look at Mabel. Mabel did not really do much with King of the Ring. Granted, I agree with you that like Mo just got ejected.
Wow, look at that. Mo's gone. He cannot cause any other issues.
Wow.
This might be one of our first ejections.
Rejection.
Yeah, that too.
Injection.
All of it. The guy's been kicked out, and we haven't seen it before, I don't think. But Mabel, airplane spin.
Wow.
Okay.
Sure.
And he's
That
going.
would
He went
happen.
far with that airplane spin.
Pretty
Adam
good job
Bomb
with it.
doesn't know where he is. Big knee.
I forgot what I was trying
Mabel
to
had a
point out
run.
earlier.
You were talking about
Mabel's run. I mean,
quote unquote.
he had a short run, going against Diesel at SummerSlam, but outside of that, nothing really of note happened with his.
No, he was
run.
he was the big heel. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
he
for,
was. That's basically all it was.
and for 95.
Oh, he did have that run with the Undertaker, where he injured the Undertaker.
He did,
You know,
yeah. Undertaker still has
for
the
fake, for real.
Yeah. Undertaker still mad at that.
Well, because that was the other thing too, that he was Mabel was kind of accident prone in the ring.
He was.
known for injuring
He
people.
was a little sloppy. You know, for a big guy moving around, you should be able to know how to
Well, I was
move
going to
your
say,
weight.
when you're 500 pounds, the last thing you should be is sloppy in the ring. Because you will seriously injure somebody.
True, but look at Yokozuna. I've never heard
Very
of him
true.
injuring anyone. At least not.
Big elbow drop here. This might be it.
This might be the 2 and 3. Wow.
Wow.
Mabel moves on to the King of the Ring.
And Adam Bomb moves on to WCW.
Oh, chronic.
That's where he wound up after this. He
did?
he wasn't around much longer
No.
after this pay-per-view.
Unfortunately not, but I always enjoyed him.
I did too. I thought he was a good. I actually thought he was really good in the ring. I was surprised Vince couldn't find another use for him,
Yeah.
because he could have been a good monster heel.
I think they tried
What's
that
Mabel
at the beginning.
Oh, okay. I
He's
thought he was
just-
gonna sit on him.
he's gonna take a rest.
Yes. As we move on to the tag team championship, and this was a nice rematch from WrestleMania 11.
Yeah, basically for this card set up right after WrestleMania, kind of the prelude of Backlash, which nowadays are, that's a PLE setup for Mania rematches. This is really the only Mania rematch that we got.
Yeah, basically. So the history with this one was Owen Hart challenged the Smoking Guns to the tag team titles at WrestleMania 11 with a mystery partner. At this point, Yokozuna had not been seen in the WWF since Survivor Series 94, when The Undertaker defeated him in a casket match with Chuck Norris as the special outside enforcer. Have to
The
mention
help
that.
of Chuck Norris. I mean, you always got to mention that.
And then Yokozuna made his return as the mystery partner of Owen Hart, and they defeated the Smoking Guns for the tag team titles.
Yeah, so the Guns looking for revenge on this one.
Absolutely.
Owen, very cocky. Of course, I would be too if my partner was the 550-pound former actually probably at this point 605, former WWE World Champion Yokozuna with the ever-matching Jim Cornette there.
And also remember, this was also the King of Hearts, Owen Hart, who was crowned King of the Ring in 1994, and his year wasn't up yet.
Yes, and for a guy who took the King of the Ring and ran with it. You want to talk about, what Mabel might have done with it, what Billy might have done with it, what Owen did with it.
Owen did a great job with it.
Oh,
and also, something fun to point out here, Owen was the second Hart family member on this card to have 2 matches this night, although the second one was a dark match against Space Bulldog, which was
very earlier. Very true, very true. But here come the former WWE Tag Team Champions, Billy and Bart, the Smoking Guns. As we were just talking about Billy early, this is way before his days as King of the Ring, way before his days as DX, Rockabilly. So they're the cousins.
I was going to say, it's kind of fun to see Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg on this card before they became...
Before they were stars.
Yes, before they were stars. And also, after this, like you said, they also had to go through the pain of Rockabilly and the early Road Dogg Jesse James when he would wear the bejeweled outfits.
He was Double J Jesse James.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Double J.
Yeah, it was after.
It was Double J, Jesse James, and he would wear those weird, like, rhinestone kind of outfits.
Yeah. He ran Jeff Jarrett out of WWE.
Yes,
and then he kind of took over the gimmick, but in a face way. And then he would, sing himself.
He
would
to the sing his entrance song.
Yeah, he would.
He would sing the entrance song.
He would. And then Hockey Tonk Man managed Rockabilly.
Yep.
Yeah, for a short time, and then Jesse James would come out and be like, "What are we doing?" And then that's when they formed their team, and then New Age Outlaws joined up DX. Absolutely, rest is absolute history.
Yeah, that was the defining moment. The day after WrestleMania, was that 13? No, 14. The day after WrestleMania 14, when Shawn Michaels lost his title, went out on injury, and Triple H announced DX was going to be going through some changes, and out comes the returning 1-2-3 Kid as X-Pac.
Yeah.
And then out come Road Dogg and Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
It's the New Age Outlaws, and we got
and Billy quickly realized
Bart is in trouble already.
Oh, that's Bart? I'm sorry, I already got him confused. Yes, that is Bart.
He made up for it right there.
Bart, later on, Bart Gunn famously winning the Brawl for All. We cannot go through this without mentioning the Brawl for All. Ruining more careers than Vince Russo could ever have done.
Yes, Bart Gunn winning Brawl for All, which Vince McMahon did not want. Vince McMahon set up Brawl for All for, what's his name?
I think Dr. Death. Yeah.
Yeah, it was for Dr. Death, Steve Williams to win, but he got knocked out by Bart Gunn.
He got, the Brawl for All was like a legit tough man contest.
Yeah, so many people got injured.
Oh, injured. And, again, that ruined Dr. Death, Steve Williams.
Well, it also ruined Bart Gunn, because then Vince had the big idea of, we'll do a real Brawl for All match with Butterbean at WrestleMania.
That was the absolute best. WrestleMania 14, Bart Gunn and Butterbean. I remember I met Butterbean at a convention, and I asked him about that. And I'm trying to remember.
What did he say?
I'm trying to remember. He was almost like, well, they asked me to go in there and do it. They're like, you want me to pull punches or whatever? And they're like, no, just go in there to really do it. And Butterbean's like, are you sure you want me to go in there and do this legit? And they're like, yeah. And he snoozed Bart Gunn in seconds.
I think it was all of 15 or 20 seconds.
It was amazing to watch.
Yeah. It was amazing to watch, but when you think about it realistically, it was very unfortunate because Vince put Bart Gunn, who was not a fighter, into the ring with a legitimate fighter. So
we sure thought he was a fighter.
Yeah, what did we think was going to happen?
Seriously, Billy coming in saving the match as the Guns trying to regain the
That was almost as bad as when Shane McMahon started that thing on Monday Night Raw, like the third hour of Raw.
Hold on. The Raw Underground?
Underground.
I thought that was good, but NXT took it and ran with it. So at least now NXT has the Underground match, I should say. No, they do, but they use it very sparingly. Actually, for the
we got
most
some
part,
double team action going on.
Oh, here we go. The Guns, big double backdrop on the King of Hearts.
And let's not forget, we've got Cornette and Fuji here on the outside.
How can you miss Cornette?
I know, with that yellow
jacket, green pants, red shirt.
Awesome. You always saw him ringside.
100%. Old mama's boy from Kentucky.
Absolutely. But yeah, so Bart Gunn, unfortunately, Bart Gunn's career, went south. Billy Gunn's obviously did not.
As always, look, you hate to do the comparison, but it's there, the Rockers comparison. Someone's always look at this move. Wow. Look at this roll up with a bridge over the top. Only gets a 1 count.
Owen was going for a tag, and Billy stopped him. Smart move.
It's almost as soon as you see a debut or the first match of a tag team, you immediately go, all right, who's going to be Sean? Who's going to be Marty?
Yes, we're all like that now. For
the most part, everyone usually nails it. I'm trying to think the tag team where I went, ooh, that thing was a shoulder breaker.
Well, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, wait, hold on. Here we go. We got the rewriting special. Fuji in the corner.
Yep. Now Jim Cornette should go do the other corner.
He should. The two of them, every time the ref goes, and another one goes to do another corner. Then they go to the second rope. Then they move to the third rope.
I was going to say, with tag teams, I will say that I was a little hoodwinked by the Sean Marty bit because I thought Marty was the stronger tag team partner.
Well,
I did.
We didn't have. Obviously, you don't have the Rockers rule with the Rockers, but I can see what you're talking about.
Well, because Marty would, if you go back and watch their matches, Marty would always be the hot tag for the save.
He would. You're right.
Most of the time, he would be the hot tag for the save. So I always thought if there was going to be one of them to break out, it would be Marty because that was always the way their matches were.
You're right. Well, remember now they say it, Rockers versus Powers of Pain. Don't show that move to Austin. Do not show that move to Stone Cold. You get a 2.
Right. 0-3-16.
I just broke your neck. A very legitimate situation too. But with the Rockers versus Power and Glory at SummerSlam.
Yokozuna's dancing.
Yokozuna. At least he's not doing calisthenics like at Survivor Series.
Yeah, I don't know what happens in this game with the tag team partners. You would get your Rockers bit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. When Power and Glory took out Sean before the match, then Marty essentially had a handicap match.
Yes.
At SummerSlam. So I can see what you're talking about with the Marty situation, but of course Marty was the one that went through the glass window of the barbershop.
And the rest is history. Hot tag. Oh, that didn't work.
But Billy,
that really didn't work.
Yoko, big leg drop. This might be over.
I think we're done.
Bart, Billy, if you know what's good for you. Oh, Billy, what are you doing? Save your cousin. Like, literally, just let him. Looks like Billy's busted open, too.
Cousin?
Yeah, I think they were cousins. They were not brothers. They were cousins, I think.
Oh, I thought they were brothers.
To be fair, I'm sure that changed on a monthly basis.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, when you're calling when they have the same last name, everybody is going to assume cousin, brother.
No, true. But I'm pretty sure they were billed as cousins. I'm going to look that up.
That would be news to me.
But let's talk about the longevity of Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
To today.
Still wrestling in his 60s.
Still wrestling. And he looks... Okay, well, there's a backfire drop. Physics be gone in this game. Billy looks maybe better today than he did back then.
I know.
During the Smoking Guns.
It's insane to even think that.
And besides the different gimmicks, finally keeping Billy Gunn, kind of a resurgence of his in AEW with his sons, the Gun Club. Now the New Age Outlaws are doing the independent scene, so they're back out.
Very nice.
They are. And you know what? That tag team can absolutely work because Road Dogg always on the mic, so he can always just talk it up on the mic, do what he has to do. Again, physics be damned in this match.
I don't know what's going on in this match. Yeah, people are throwing Yoko around like he's nothing.
Only a 2 count. And then Billy can do the heavy lifting in his matches on the indies. So it's good to see. And the Outlaws, I've always said, the Outlaws, honestly, one of my favorite tag teams of all time. Top 3 for me.
They were always great to watch. I mean, my favorite tag teams are all time. I think they all come from the 80s, if I'm being honest with you.
Not fair.
But like the minute you talk about famous tag teams, my head immediately goes to the Hart Foundation and the British Bulldogs.
Oh, of course.
Brainbusters, definitely one of the best. I mean, Demolition, great, but again, I'm always with the technicians.
Okay, fair enough.
I would put the Rockers on there.
What is going on? I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you. What is happening here? Yokozuna clearly...
Well, you were talking about Billy's longevity and how jacked he always was. Well, there you see it, right there.
You're right. If anyone could do it, it could be Billy. I apologize.
It's definitely Billy. If it was Bart Gunn, I would call foul. Because Bart can't do that. Bart couldn't even handle Butterbean.
Good Lord. Oh, Butterbean, how do you part of that? Now, Billy, big.
Now, if I were Butterbean, like every year around WrestleMania time, I would just send him a bunch of jelly beans. Just as
Butterbean's got his own issues nowadays, but that's okay.
Fair enough. Here comes another little team move with Smoking.
Here we go.
And the Smoking Guns, I will say also, they had a very successful run in the WWE.
Very successful.
That doesn't count.
I remember, and again, you know, being young and impressionable, whatever. I remember when the Guns, I'm like...
Oh, Cornette grabbed his ankle.
Yeah, but didn't really do much for that. Bart showing a little bit of kung fu there.
Yes.
I remember, I found it weird that they wrestled in jeans. Because you never really saw... You didn't see that at all. Why did I think of it? All right, short of, like, the broken ball, but still. Yeah, like seeing them wrestle in jeans, I don't know. Again, I know it's a small part of it.
Owen caught him.
Oh, this might be it. Sharpshooter.
Right in the middle of the ring.
Owen doing it way better than any other Hart family member.
That's right.
No, does not get the submission.
Bart came in for the save. It was
Billy,
a little late, actually.
A little bit. I think he was waiting. He wanted the glory.
Another pile driver.
Another pile driver. Proper pile driver at this point.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Which, by the way, I think we is still outlawed to this day in WWE.
And if they don't,
pile drivers.
They've used it recently extremely sparingly, but when they use it, it's done, in my opinion, it's done properly. It's done like where then the guy's out for like a few weeks. Yep. Not like in other federations where it's, you know, they get a 2 count off of it. Like
right. I was going to say they haven't DDT'd it.
Yes, very true. And they use it, in my opinion, properly.
Billy's in trouble. Nice missile drop kick from the top.
And with that.
And that's all she wrote.
And wow. And still. I'm trying to remember now. Forgive me. I don't have my history book in front of me. I did some rearranging here. Have we had a show yet that was completely preserved? We had one that was completely rewritten.
No, we have not had one that is completely preserved. But we are 4 for 4 so far. So.
We are, and we got 2 more matches to go.
Yep, 2 more matches to go. So far, so good. It's interesting that all of these matches are just preserving. I mean, maybe this card was done correctly.
It was meant to be, but we'll see what happens on this one. As Jerry Lawler will go 1-on-1 with an already wrestled Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yeah, which, by the way, I tried to figure out a way to give Bret Hart a little bit of damage to start the match. I just couldn't find it.
That'd be cool if you could do that, though.
Yeah, right? Like you put somebody at like half strength or something.
No, that's true.
Maybe there is a way, but I missed it.
There's a lot of chest hair going on for Jerry Lawler right now.
Oh, that is Jerry Lawler. Dude was hairy.
No,
Dude
he was
hairy.
He is.
He's not dead. He's still alive.
That is true. That is very true. But Jerry the King Lawler here in the WWE now after months.
Why is he coming over the top rope?
Because he's the king.
Somebody did like blanket king creation where they come over the top rope.
And they picked the wrong one.
Yes, by far.
So going into this, just the verbal abuse of Bret Hart's mother on TV. I mean, some of the worst things you can say, and sometimes to Helen's face, he would say it. And,
and she
Bret,
would just sit there and take it.
She sure would. But Bret, at this point, got coaxed into the second match. Again, now this was on Mother's Day. Now, Bret earlier in the evening had already dedicated the Hakushi match to his mother, Helen.
That's right.
If you remember, Jerry Lawler dedicated this match to his mother, who he had ringside, who, for some reason...
20 years old.
Yes. Much younger. Wonderful plastic surgery done on her, on every part of her body, apparently. But she sat ringside. I think they even might have interviewed her a couple of times or talked to her a couple of times.
Well, just a quick correction, though. Bret dedicated this match to his mom.
Oh, this one. All right. I thought it was the original one. Okay.
And so Lawler responded and said, fine, I'll dedicate it to my mom, and then brought in that 20-year-old.
Yes. Now, going into this match, or in between the matches, in between these Bret Hart matches, when Bret left the Hakushi match, he did start limping. Yes. And throughout the evening, they would kind of cut to him, and you see him icing down his knee. He was limping it. So Lawler, he was all ready for this. He was like, oh, Bret's hurt. I got this in the bag. Not only did he already have a match, he's hurt.
Yes.
As Bret's coming out to the ring, though, that's when he's limping. But then he starts trotting a little bit faster. Then he starts hopping on the knee. And then that's when Lawler catches him. And Lawler was like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, because Bret Hart, you know how Bret would always love to play possum in the ring? He set it up to make Lawler think throughout the entire night that Bret was injured. But he wasn't.
Definitely. And this match also is the prelude that goes into next month's King of the Ring. Look, the stipulation is what it is, but it was a kiss my foot match.
Oh my gosh!
At King of the Ring. Oh, big springboard over the top.
Yeah,
excuse me.
That's definitely one of those matches we do
small
not
package.
need to remember.
We have a small package. No, only one count. It was interesting, especially watching all the vignettes of leading to King of the Ring with Lawler having his foot in garbage, having his foot in manure. It's like sticking his foot, like not washing it for a month, because the loser of that match would have to kiss the winner's bare
double
foot.
miss right there.
Double miss. And for some people out there, they got quite enjoyment watching that match. For other people, it was quite sweet.
No, thank you.
And but it just led to it also led to another debut later on of Isaac Yankem. But we can get to that later on. As we continue these matches.
You didn't say his full name.
I'm sorry, Dr. Isaac Yankem, DDS.
Thank you.
He was the 5th of the 5 doctors.
Yep. And don't forget, in this match, this was the one match that Jerry Lawler actually wound up winning.
He did win this.
He won this one legitimately. He won it with a roll up.
He did.
I don't know if he held the tights or used the ropes.
There had to have been some shenanigans.
He must have. I think he cheated.
Yeah.
But he still won the match.
Yeah, totally.
So.
And actually, let's see. Actually, you know what? He won. I'm just reading it again. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to watch the actual show before. Yeah. Just to be legit here. But Hakushi did a run-in during this match.
Oh, right. I forgot about Hakushi.
Hebner was literally tied up in the ropes, and Hakushi came off with a diving headbutt onto Bret. So that's what led to it. But this feud, though, albeit how it was done, it was almost like an early. Oh wait, we have a cover by Bret. No, it won't count. Kind of like I compared this feud, like how it played out, with Vince and Mr. McMahon and Austin, where it wasn't a physical. It wasn't a match by match feud. No. It was a verbal feud with some physicality, with a couple of matches.
Yeah. And it also went on for like, I don't know, a year and a half, almost 2 years. It started in '93.
It did. It went on for a very long time. I remember they were supposed to have that match at some. Actually, there was another time where Bret kind of wrestled twice against Lawler at SummerSlam. Lawler came out injured, so he had a replacement, Doink. Bret goes through that match with Doink, and then it turns out that Lawler was not injured. Now he's forced to wrestle Bret immediately.
Correct.
And then they have a match that I think Lawler won. I don't remember who won that one.
Well, what happened was Bret won the match with the sharpshooter, but would not let it go.
Yes. Ooh,
and then the referee reversed his decision and gave it to Lawler.
I got to take some ginkgo biloba.
And speaking of sharpshooter,
here we go, going right into it. Turns him over, and it's got it in deep. Referee, there he goes. All right, ref asking Jerry Lawler.
Lawler's in trouble.
No, but he stays on.
Let it go. Let it go.
And Lawler, to his credit, for the another cover here.
Cover after the sharpshooter here.
2, 3.
And that's all she wrote.
Never mind. And we don't have to worry about a perfect score because this match has been rewritten.
That's right. No Hakushi interference. Just Bret Hart winning his second match of the night.
So now he goes on to the finals of the King of the Ring.
He goes on to the finals of In Your House, where he takes on the winner of the house, 11-year-old, whatever his name was.
Poor 11-year-old. 6 months. They couldn't even get a full year out of that house. 6 months and less than $200,000. Well, be that as it may, let's go into the main event of In Your House.
Let's go into the main event. The first title defense for Big Daddy Cool Diesel after winning the title. WrestleMania. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, where am I? I'm lost. WrestleMania 11.
Yeah, against Shawn.
Where he defended the title.
He defended
the title against Shawn Michaels. I'm sorry, not his first title.
Look, there's a lot of history.
I'm all over the place.
Mixed up with both of us.
Yes.
We're human, but that's what we prided ourselves when I was on Retro the Gamers. We're not going to be perfect, but we're still going to have fun doing this. So.
But just going back, Diesel won the title the day after Survivor Series 1994 against Bob Backlund in Madison Square Garden in a record-breaking time. I think it was like 7 seconds or something like that.
Maybe even less than that. But
maybe less than that.
But it was bad.
Yeah, so Diesel had been champion for several months now, successfully defended it at WrestleMania, which is a very hard feat.
Yeah, it was.
It was a very hard feat at the time to defend your title successfully at WrestleMania.
It absolutely
defended it at WrestleMania against Shawn Michaels, and then moved on to Shawn Michaels' former bodyguard, Sid.
Yeah, that's what happened. So when Diesel, kind of left Shawn looked for another bodyguard. In comes in Sid, and now we haven't seen Sid since his Sid Justice days, like 1992. So it's been a while. Sid's back in the WWE as Shawn's bodyguard after WrestleMania 11. Sid turns on Shawn, powerbombing him like 5 times or something like that.
Yes.
Becomes a member of DiBiase's newly formed, not newly, but, the newest member of the
$1 Million Corporation.
$1 Million team, or whatever you want to call it. So, DiBiase now establishing himself as a big-time manager, getting this main event, getting the title match, which later on, hindsight, we didn't see it, but when you look back on it, when you look back on history, the In Your Houses, like some of them were there just to set up the next one. And that's basically what happened here, because to jump ahead a little bit, at In Your House 2 sets up a lumberjack match between Sid and Diesel for the WWE Championship. But we don't get to that match until we get through this one.
Well, through this one and a tag match at King of the Ring.
Well, I keep forgetting about the King of the Ring. But yes, and then the tag match at King of the Ring here, exactly.
But and then the Sid turning on Shawn Michaels, if I remember correctly, it was the day after WrestleMania.
That was. It was. Yep. Yeah. I think it was because WrestleMania was in Hartford. Mm-hmm. So then I think that was at like that White Plains Civic Center.
Yeah.
I've only gone there for card shows.
I'll take your word for that one. And Sid essentially wound up replacing King Kong Bundy in the $1 Million Corporation, because I think after WrestleMania 11, King Kong Bundy.
True, yeah, I think so. We needed that big guy. Oh boy, can you imagine Bundy in the spot?
No.
Actually, kind of good. With Bundy, I could.
I mean, you could see Bundy in the spot. The only thing was that Bundy lost to The Undertaker at WrestleMania. So.
No, true. Yeah, you're right. That kind of defeats it. All right.
Yeah. But anyway. But still, a match against two big guys. I will say this, and if you go back and watch these actual matches in terms of chemistry, I don't think these two really had good chemistry.
No, you don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
See, I enjoyed their series of matches, and even later on, like WrestleMania 12, Diesel versus Undertaker. WrestleMania 13, Undertaker versus Sid. The big guy. I've always been a fan of the big guys, like the main eventers. And these guys.
Well, I get that. You had your Hulk Hogan.
Well, not only
hangover, basically.
A little bit, but when I mean big, I also mean these guys were both over 6 feet tall, both over like 6'5", or at 6'5". So we're talking not only big, muscular, but tall. You know what I mean? So to see these two guys, to see what they can try and do. I remember going into this match, I was very excited to see what they can do. I wasn't expecting any, flying crossbodies or head scissors, which I am sure we're going to get during this match. But
absolutely, no question about it.
But no, I always enjoyed seeing how these two. Yeah, well, that's it.
That's it right there. Yeah. The only thing else we need to add to this match is him breaking his ankle.
Oh, ankle, his femur. Good
Whatever
Lord.
It was.
We were watching that live too.
Or we can just have him get pinned right.
We got a quick cover. Not Diesel. Million Dollar Man tried to get Sid's leg, but it didn't work out too well. He could have easily separated it at that point, but not here. So this is just more power. You know what I mean with these two? As you can see here in this match, kind of little testing of strength, if you will, kind of bumping off of each other. Big knee to the gut, chop, which Diesel wanted nothing to do with.
Well, for some odd reason in this game, they gave Diesel like the Yokozuna treatment, where if you see a purple bar for their energy,
look at that.
They labeled them as like the big monstrous like hard to defeat characters.
Okay. Kind of like in Final Fight when you had those
like
bosses
Andre the Giant. He got the Andre the Giant
turquoise
treatment in this.
Yeah, as he should for 95.
Sure. Why not? Well, I mean, he for a solid year, he was at the at the top of the mountain. He was champion for an entire calendar year.
Yeah. Might not have worked for the company, but hey, he was there nevertheless.
Yeah. Nope, but he was there. He carried the company as best he could, and then they went back to Bret.
Oh, look at that. Sidewalk slam, rock bottom, if you will. Now working over Sid. And, the history of these guys, Sid, two-time WWE champion later on.
Yep.
In his WWE career, Hall of Famer. Diesel, of course, moving over to WCW eventually and absolutely changing the landscape of professional wrestling with the NWO.
Correct.
And the finger poke of doom.
I was going to say he changed history a few times.
I really hope we can do that match here, rewriting wrestling history.
Well, it's kind of hard to do a finger poke of doom.
If it goes 7 seconds, we'll flash that rewritten right over the top.
Yeah, basically. And just for the rest of the match, you just have that logo on there.
Yeah,
rewritten.
So this match being just a straightforward one-on-one, but as we mentioned, the following in your house, not the following month, but the following in your house was the lumberjack match. What are your thoughts on lumberjack matches?
Lumberjack matches to me were always very odd because you were automatically pointing out who was a good guy and who was a bad guy out there, so you made everything very black and white, which worked really well in the 80s and maybe the early 90s, but then when wrestling started to get into that gray area of like guys can be good guys but have an edge to them, it made it feel a little strange. As we're getting, wait
a minute. We getting a jackknife?
I think we're getting a jackknife. No!
No, big reversal on Sid. And remember, both these guys, we haven't pointed this out, both guys do have powerbomb finishes.
That is correct. But yeah, like I was saying, like lumberjack matches to me were always weird because you couldn't blur the lines for the characters. And DiBiase doing the rewriting special.
The RWH special. Here we go.
That's right. Oh.
And now Sid going for his powerbomb. Big power. I was going to say both men, but referee, they worked against.
No referee.
Look at this. And
DiBiase screwed him.
Just real quick to interrupt you, I just wanted to make mention because I don't know how much longer we got here. Both men, even though had power bombs, delivered them differently, but in their own way that were both individually devastating.
Yes. Yeah, it was all about the release, right? The way they dropped somebody. Yeah.
Diesel would release you from the top, where Sid followed it through, and Sid hit two of these $1 million slams, if you will, on Diesel. And
Diesel's in trouble.
Yes. To talk about real quick, the ending of this match originally was a disqualification. Diesel won, but by DQ.
Yes, because Tatanka came down and interfered in the match.
Did. But then...
Hogan leg drop.
Oh, there we go. Which Sid kicked out of just a few years prior. And Sid is busted open.
Yes, he is.
Sid is bleeding. At the end of the match, Tatanka interfered. But then we got the newly turned face Bam Bam Bigelow came in.
Yes.
To help, which led to the tag team match at Kingdom.
Yes. And that babyface turn from Bam Bam Bigelow came at the hands of Lawrence Taylor.
You did. Bam Bam, you're gonna get slammed.
Released. All right, these guys are exchanging blows, and DiBiase is once again.
DiBiase has a personal vendetta against that turnbuckle.
Yes, he does. He really wants to make sure that turnbuckle is gone.
The ref does not want to get in the middle of these two trying to get the
he doesn't want to walk through. Oh, no, he's like, excuse me, I'm trying to get through.
Now we got a hockey fight in the middle of the ring.
Oh, no.
Come on, ref, get in there. Just run through.
Oh,
big right hand. But that, for the cover, look at this. Ref stop for the cover. 2. No, only a 2 count.
He was on his way to fix the turnbuckle.
He was.
And now he's going there to get it done.
He had very good peripheral vision. So... Caught that the last day. DiBiase's upset on the outside of the ring.
That was such a knockout shot by Diesel.
That was a slick, tight right hand.
Sid's going to recover from.
And jackknife. No.
That was a jackknife.
That was a jackknife into the buckle. That's got to be it. And it is.
And we're done.
And still. And we are 5-1 with preserving wrestling.
Unbelievable. Rewriting wrestling history again. This was a fun one for 6 matches. This was fun. There's your final score. 5-1. Thank you guys for joining us for Rewriting Wrestling History. We will see you next time.